I think the first and great thing that I could have ever saw, and my real introduction to drag, was the movie Holiday Heart.
Power of the Media.
That's a very touching movie.
Wow.
And I remember being, I think 10 or 11, and I had an aunt. I think she always knew that I was gonna be gay. My mama will tell now when she knew I was gonna be gay as a kid. But like, she watched that movie and she basically made us all watch it. It was all kids. And you know, Mississippi, there was a lot of kids same age. So she made us put on that movie and we had a discussion afterwards about what it means to be a man. And even if you are gay, you still can be a man. Look how this gay man took care of this little girl, her struggling mother, and her insane boyfriend, you know?
Do you think that that was some effort by your mom to try to see how to acknowledge what she was recognizing in you, but then to...
That was my aunt.
It was your aunt.
Oh, your aunt did that. Okay.
Right.
Do you think it was her way of saying, I recognize something, but I want to also equip you with this strength and power that was in the movie? Okay.
And so that moment
Absolutely.
you're looking at the
Wow.
movie and after the discussion,
Okay.
what?
That's great.
I was thinking like, oh my goodness. I was thinking in my mind, it wasn't even about dragging anything. I was like, there's someone like me because I knew I was gay at a very young age. Like, baby, I came out with purses out my mouth and everything. I twirled batons and everything. Like, I just knew, like, and I think everybody knew. Like, I always say what's understood need no explanation. So I never had like an official
I say
coming
that
out.
all the time.
For
That's
real.
what Chris said earlier.
Absolutely. So, you know, like, it helped a lot. Like, I think that movie helped me more than what she know or what I've even told her in life now. But I think it helped her. But not only me. She was telling, you know, all the kids about how to be tolerant to other people that are not like you. And that's a very important tolerant. About how, you know, like we throw around tolerance all the time, but you know, if it's somebody that's not like you or somebody that you don't morally agree with,
Yes.
how to treat them human.
Any old way. Be tolerant.
And it's so funny you use that word tolerance. I actually dislike the word. And
As an adult now,
yes. I actually prefer acceptance because I feel like you tolerating me means in some way that I require your approval.
Kind of put up with you.
Yes, I have to deal with you.
Kind of thing.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I get that now as an adult. But I think in that time,
It makes sense.
being like she lived on a dirt road in Mississippi,
Okay.
that's all she knew.
Yeah.
So I have to accept that
makes
from her.
Yes.
It was
Gotcha.
it was the level of understanding and language. We actually had a debate earlier offset about just language and that, you know, just kind of how certain words are triggers for people and they actually inspire you to feel a certain way. And some people are triggered by them in different ways than others. And so that they actually have different meanings. And so have you had words, especially coming from the South, and then now being in this Hollywood platform where you have been now like making this sort of transition to understanding things differently because the language is different?
I know I'm the queen of controversy, apparently.
Preach.
Have me a sip of drink.
Okay, I'll join.
To acceptance. To acceptance. 'Cause what I'm about to say, I hope that y'all accept me afterwards. I hope y'all accept me afterwards. But
Maybe they either gonna accept me or just let me make your skin crawl. Whichever one.
okay. And whoever served that, thank you.
When I was trying to change, I shot dope. I was trying to fit in. This one didn't like me, this one didn't like me. What can I do to be liked? And it took me to hell. I'm back.
Don't that take you to hell?
Baby, it's a hell.
It
Trying
sure
to be
will.
everything everybody else wants you to be. Go ahead, please, baby.
There are two words that I really dislike in our community is accepting and using. I hate the word them and they. And now we're trying to use it as a pronoun. And for me, personally, it's very triggering. Because being in the South, they call the gays them and they. I do majorette dancing. And back in those days, when the male majorettes would come out to the battle of the bands, they're announced, bring it out to the stage, them.
Yep.
and they will come out. So, now we say them and they, and I think our generation, they say it's to be gender neutral, but I feel like you should give me that same respect to ask me what are my pronouns and not use anything. And I'm plus size. So, of course, as a kid, look at them over there. And they was talking about me as one person. So I absolutely hate them and they. Absolutely hate it.
Wow.
And when people say that to me, I correct them. You can use he or she. Preferably she. 'Cause, bitch, I'm over
You
here
to cheat up. Okay.
Because I'm the one. But but that's what. Those are too triggering. Very, very triggering. Because I saw myself in those guys. And then a few years later, the Prancing Elites came out with a television show. And those were the guys that I saw as a kid. And they have their own show now.
Media.
And, it's like how crazy that was,
It's so funny
Absolutely.
because my reaction to them and they is so different. It is about just the English of it, not just the language of it, and the idea that you want me to refer to a singular person as a group of people. And so I struggle with it for that reason. So I
that's the
love this
joke.
dynamic.
That's the fat kid.
And I never heard that perspective. I'm so loving you right now for this because it's another perspective.